actually just going to do a little bit of shopping for a house that we're currently dressing up. The keys back to this place 2 weeks ago, which means in 15 days, what have I done? I got a brand new partition put into the living room. You're thinking, why the hell would you do that? Make rooms smaller. Now, I don't have a full £5,000 budget. What I do have right now is a little bit of time that I can squeeze. So as you enter, there's a room on the right hand side, which is now a 10.2 square meter bedroom. And all week I've been decorating this up. We put the wall up, we put the plasterboards, we've done the skimming, we've now painted it as it's dried up. Round the back, the other part of the room has now turned into a living room, part of the kitchen. Extra money, extra effort. Why couldn't you just pass the keys over to another estate agent? Welcome back to the channel, guys. And no, we're not going on a building site today as usual. Last week was in Nottingham. A couple of weeks before that, we was in North London seeing some of our projects. But today, we're just out and about in normal East London. We're actually just going to do a little bit of shopping for a house that we're currently dressing up, and this is just more of an inspiration to you guys about the power you possess within. I got the keys back to this place 2 weeks ago. Today is the 15th, and when I got the keys back, it was only the 1st, which means in 15 days, what have I done? Well, obviously I got the place cleaned up a little bit, but I got a brand new partition put into the living room. You're thinking, why the hell would you do that? Make rooms smaller? Well, actually, the room was so big that it was just open for a through lounge. And by creating this partition, I've created a double room in the front ground positioning of the house. So as you enter, there's a room on the right hand side, which is now a 10.2 square meter bedroom. And all week I've been decorating this up. We put the wall up, we put the plasterboards, we've done the skimming, we've now painted it as it's dried up. Round the back, the other part of the room has now turned into a living room, part of the kitchen. Now you're thinking, why would you do this? That's extra money, extra effort. Why couldn't you just pass the keys over to another estate agent? Well, the reason why I did this is because I'm changing strategies. This is something you got to know in the property fields. One strategy isn't the only strategy that you can do in property. Things are changing and evolving all the time. Different contracts comes in, different strategies come in, and new contracts also come in, which make it more attractive to go down a different route. So sometimes you build a house as a HMO, but then you could give it to social housing. Sometimes you have a simple buy to let. Then you can turn that into something like an Airbnb, should there be no restrictions around you doing that. Because this is a property that I bought in 2017, it was a really small deal outside of London because my funds were quite limited back then. However, I was able to broker that deal so good, I've taken all my money back out of that deal what I've put in. And not only that, 7 years after, I'm now refinancing again and taking a further £80,000 out of that property. It's like the gift that keeps giving. And rather than having this on an AST, a short hold tenancy agreement, and be in that whole realm of tenants taking me to court or not paying rents, this actually works on an Airbnb structure. There's Amazon warehouses around, there's hospitals where there's hospital staff, and most of all, they have a lot of construction going on in the area, so a lot of contractors. Now, their problem is my problem. So I'm thinking their problem is they're housing contractors in hotels and they're paying above £100 a night. Now, how about if they had 1, 2, 3 rooms like my house and they were paying £150 instead of £300? That would be cheaper for them. But for me, £150 over 30 days is £4,500. The max I could get on this is probably about £1,800 to £2,000. So I'm actually more than doubling my income on this property. But what does it require from me? Well, it requires a lot of effort. I now have to do painting or get a painter in. Now, I don't have a full £5,000 budget. What I do have right now is a little bit of time that I can squeeze. I can push meetings a little bit earlier to get them done before 11, and I can do my paperwork in the evening. I know some people don't want to sacrifice their time. However, it's not forever. As a business person, sometimes you're free for some weeks, and then sometimes you are busy like I am currently like now. But what impact does that make on my life? Well, by being extra busy right now, for the next 2, 3, 4 years, I might be earning £2,000 more a month. 24 grand in 1 year, 75,000 more on top of rents in 3 years. So is it worth my time these next week or 2 or 3 weeks? Of course it is, because this is going to pay for a lot of things in my life to have good times. So I'm pushing myself to the limit of these last few weeks. You'll probably see me plastering, painting, dressing, staging, and yeah baby, I can do it all, because the best thing in life that you can do is copy. That's right, copy people who have more experience than you or are doing things that you want to do. And it's as simple as that. I'm like Thomas Edison right now. You know, this guy spent years and years and years creating the light bulb. Today we just flick a switch to make things happen. And that's the same thing. It's taken me 20 years to come up with the land method. And today you guys can come and just jump straight into it and take off from where I've left. So that's what it's all about, of helping people through a journey through other people's experiences. So if you're somebody who wants to get into property, follow the right people or work with the people who you want to be most like, because that means you cut out all of that time. You cut out all of these expensive mistakes. Now, just this week, I spoke to somebody who I've been speaking to over a couple of years, just as a gesture of goodwill, just as seeing how he is, how is his journey, and yet again, he's made another mistake. He actually bought a house from auction, and he had this special insulation that had to be specially removed, and it cost him an extra £20,000 on his budget. Now, he's not pulling out most of the money on that deal. He's got a lot of money stuck, and now he wants to go into development. He can't master one strategy and he's going into another strategy that's even more difficult, and you have to get the numbers even more right. But that's some people don't value any advice or the direction you're trying to give them, and that's okay. If they're happy doing that, leave them to it. But if you're one of these people going, hey, hang on, these little small bits of advice actually save me a lot of money and time, and I want to do it as fast as possible, then get yourself a mentor, somebody with experience, because that's what I go and find. Somebody who's doing what I want to do and get their help and advice to cut the time as much as possible. And it's less frustrating, and you're less likely to give up because you're getting results rather than dead ends every single time. In this episode, you're going to be seeing me doing a bit of shopping. I'm recycling some of the stuff from my last Airbnb that we didn't have anymore because it went to another strategy that I ended up using. And so I kept a lot of this in my storage, some carpets, and some duvets, some other decoration pieces. So it's actually saving me a lot of money. I've ordered some stuff from all over the place. Essentials, we're going to the range to get some pictures, because all these little things add up. Even B&M is a really good one, guys. I've seen bedside tables for 40, 50 quid. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when you need 6 of these, 2 for every room, all of a sudden that adds up to be a big amount. £50 for 1 room, 2 cabinets is £100 to £300. Guess what? I got all of them and a whole bunch of more stuff for £130 because I selected the right store. So we're making this place look amazing and beautiful, and even running a site visit this Sunday. So I hope you enjoy all of the overlays that we're showing you and how the place is looking. So here we are. So just done shopping with all these colourful frames, monkeys, Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth, tigers. Yeah, £168, about 12 different frames. I think bargain, mate. Thank you guys for your help. There's a range over there and a few other shops like Bargain Homes, and yeah, we're gonna get some few deals. So we've just done a big shop at, well, not Tom Hortons, that's where we've just eaten from. First time I tried Tom Hortons. Have you ever tried them? Lovely little chicken wrap and little frappe. But anyway, enough about the food, more about the work. We went to the range. We've got a whole range, no pun intended, of pictures to bring some colour, some nice sort of energy into the house. We've also bought some of the essentials like the curtains, some hooks to keep the curtains all in place, you know, all of that interior design sort of thing. So really chuffed with my buys. £300 lighter, but these are the little costs that all add up at the end, but it's going to actually finish your place, making it look really top. So we're off to the house and I'll see you there. Guys, but on the way home now, we've just renovated that property, or shall I say started getting it ready for staging. All I did was put all the pictures in the right places, mirrors, shelves. I did a couple of the curtains because that was an easy one. All we got to do is pin them back with the little clips to hold the curtains back, but everything's all ready for a handyman to come in just with his drill and screws to start putting the TVs on, shelves on, mirrors on, and then the next stage after that is the photo taking, to take pictures and making sure that we've got the listing right. I've also spoke to a few contractors in the area who are very interested actually. They're doing very large developments here, and yeah, we've got a few contact numbers to go to them for in terms of do they want this for their workers for the next 6 months. So we never know what's going to happen there. So if you're interested in site visits, learning more about the property space, whether that's commercial to residential, HMOs, buy-to-let, where's the hottest places to invest right now, why not just hit me up with a message, check out our website, our free videos, free courses, and see how we can help each other today. But until next time, peace.